welcome back to my channel. Hope you're well. So today's video I'm going to be reading, I can see from the title above me, ACOTAR. I'll be reading them all with you because I'm on the second one and I've been wondering what it's about. I love like fantasy books, it's my favourite genre. I'm going to continue reading this. I'm already on third chapter of the book, so let's continue reading. I nearly finished. I enjoyed the first book so much that I ordered the rest of the series because I was too scared to order them all in case I didn't like the second one or something. But when I posted on the TikTok, I had a lot of people saying continue reading, it gets better from here, etc., and I can see why. Let's start this journey, I guess. Before we start, I do have work in 2 hours, so I'm going to read as much as I can. It's the 1st of May now. Already 1 more month and then I'm 27. I hope not. 23. As you can already tell, I'm going crazy already because I'm finishing uni this week. It's Monday today, so you know. If you're wondering what music I listen to when I'm reading, it's like lo-fi but live. I try my best to like include, like for example, this is fantasy. I try and include like magical music, if that makes sense, but that's quite hard to find live, so we're gonna do the best we can. This kind of lo-fi is my favourite. I just literally read one page and I'm already laughing my head off. So the first thing that was obviously no spoilers. Right. Such a fairy way of thinking, Lion. Fine. Such a fairy way of thinking. In the next one, like I just love Lucian. Like he's my favourite character in this book, right? Especially Lucian with Faye. They are so funny together. I love them both. And like, so Faye says, "Can we walk instead?" He slowly turned. It's 3 miles. And you could run that in a few minutes. I'd like to see if I can keep up. It's sarcasm. I actually have Faye and Lucian's own tab because they are just so funny. I love them both so much. My tag isn't doing me any good. I'm not happy with it because the colours are the same pretty much and I'm getting stressed with which is which. So I'm going to swap it over. That's the one colour. You may think this is ridiculous but makes me happy, so sod you. One day I probably might end up wanting to look back and it will save me a lot of time. This is a spoiler, but just before you start chapter 5, Rysand has to ruin a beautiful moment. Oh, the wedding was bad enough with Rysand. You are so annoying. And especially when he says, "Hello, Faye, darling." He purred. No, I can't. I just can't do this. Let me give me a plant son. I'm absolutely dying. Right, this could be a spoiler. If you really don't want to know exactly what I'm laughing at, skip ahead. I'm on page 49. Right. I won't say exactly everything, obviously, for the spoiler, so I'll just get to the bit what's making me laugh so much. Bear in mind, we're with Rysand and Faye. And they're both together on their own for the first time in Rysand's palace, basically. One heartbeat, I was staring after him. The next, I had my shoe in a hand. I hurled it at him with all my strength, all my considerable immortal strength. I barely saw my silk slipper as it flew through the air, as fast as a shooting star, so fast that even a high lord couldn't detect it as it neared and slammed into his head. It gets better. So my eyes rolled, a hand rising into the back of his head, his eyes wide. I already had the other shoe. Rice lip pulled back from his teeth. I dare you. Temper. He had to be in some mood today to let his temper show this much. Good. That makes the two of us. I flung my other shoe right at his head, as swift and hard as the first one. His hand snatched up, grabbing the shoe mere inches from his face. Eyes hissed and lowered the shoe, his eyes meeting mine as the silk dissolved into glittering black dust in his fist. His fingers unfurled, the last of the sparkling ashes blowing to oblivion, and he surveyed my hand, my body, my face. Interesting, he murmured, and continued on his way. Oh my god, I've got goosebumps. Oh dear. Oh, I can't. I just love stuff like that. This book is so good. Oh my god, it's not getting boring at all. And I'm not even halfway, and already I've got so many tabbing. It's ridiculous. So 273. I'm at the bit. Rysand and Faye with Rysand's colleague, I guess, friends and colleague, are travelling a little bit. They've gone back to Faye's place and trying to sort things out. And yeah, and there's just been another series where them two are having their moments in terms of like winding each other up and play fighting. It's just so funny. I love it so much. My guess, I'm convinced this is not what happened yet, just to be clear, so it's not like a spoiler or anything, but my guess for now, the way it seems to be going, Faye's probably going to end up falling in love with Rysand. There, I said it. I swear to God, that's what's going to happen. So I'm curious to see where it's going, because there's so much flirting going on between them, and I'd be really surprised if they don't actually end up getting together somehow. I have to say this, like, I'm like, I don't know what to say from here. So we're still obviously with Rysand and why did I say it like that? Rysand and Faye. This could potentially be spoiler, so move on just in case. We're on page 290, by the way, and I'll just read. I was reading in bed, listening to the merry chatter of the toasted birch fire across the room, when I turned the page of my book and the piece of paper fell out. I took one look at the cream stationery and the handwriting and sat up straight. On it, Rysand had written, "I might be a shameless flirt, but at least I don't have a horrible temper. You should come and tend to my wounds from our squabble in the snow. I'm bruised all over thanks to you." Something clicked against the nightstand and the pen rolled across the polished mahogany. Hissing, I snatched it up and scribbled, "Go lick your wounds and leave me be." The paper vanished. It was gone for a while, far longer than it should have taken to write the few words that appeared on the paper when it returned. And I knew what was coming, but not to this extent. Rysand wrote, I'd much rather you licked my wounds for me." Oh no, that's just cringe. I know it's not real, but oh, it's just so cringy. I don't know how to tab that. Faye said, I got up, chucked a letter in the burbling fire, and gave it a vulgar gesture. I could have sworn laughter rumbled down the hall, i.e. Rysand laughed. I don't understand what's going on with these two. Are they just trying to annoy each other, or is that how they're genuinely feeling about each other? That's what's really annoying about these two. They're so confusing. I can't understand their boundaries. I don't know if it's an autistic thing, but I'm really not understanding where they're getting out together. Like, do they want to just be friends and just annoy each other that way, or I don't know. I have some apologising to do. I didn't realise I had this video, and I just literally found it 4 months later. How it's saved on there, I don't know, because usually when you delete videos, because I'm sure I don't have those video clips, when you delete the videos, it's gone. So, anyways, so that book in the end, I actually finished the series. Like, I mean, that series, it's got my heart, and I've asked for Throne of Glass series for Christmas, so hopefully I can get it for Christmas, because at the moment I'm unemployed and I can't afford anything, so I have to wait for a few months before I can get my hands on them, hopefully. And yeah, I actually really enjoyed ACOTAR so much. Like, once I put that book down, I was just on it. I was finishing the book throughout the summer. Pretty much had an ACOTAR summer, I guess. So it's really nice to see Faye and Rysand like develop something. Like, anyway, and then the point of view, POVs, changes with different characters from, I want to say, third book. It does mix a little bit in the third book, and then from onwards it goes to like everyone's POV with the diary, which is the fourth book, and then the last one we focus on, what's her name, Nesta and Cassin, which I was so happy with. I mean, Nesta got on my nerves. She's just one of those characters that I just cannot connect. But Cassin, I love him so much. I will read stuff about Cassin. Like, he's just a brilliant character. But I heard rumours that not only that's going to be hopefully like a series, but also there's going to be more books, I believe, which I'm really hoping is correct, and it would make sense anyway, because the way the last book finished, there was a lot of things been left unanswered, and it needs to be cleared up. It's like, it can't be like shoved under the rug. There's got to be some explanations. Things haven't been cleared up, especially with Tamlin and with the war. There's still more to it, and there's still more to the other characters that was introduced during the war. So yeah, that's my thoughts on ACOTAR. I love it. I recommend it to anyone, although I will say, like, the smoke gets really heavy or like onwards, which isn't really my thing, but some people love it, some people hate it. But for me, I like just like casual romance stuff. I don't know, that's just how I prefer. But yeah, I definitely recommend ACOTAR if you love fantasy, smut, and character development. There's a definite strong character development, and it honestly feels like you're actually there. Like, there's a TikTok joke where they say, let me in this book, I'm not meant for this world, or something like that. And I really resonate that saying with ACOTAR. Like, it's so difficult for me to find books to actually feel that way with a book. I'm very picky, I think. And like ever since I finished ACOTAR, I've been struggling to find a decent book since. But yeah, it is what it is. So I hope you enjoy this video, and I have been obviously filming and editing more videos recently. So in the next vlog, you will be seeing, let's say, I was going to do like a week's reading, but it turned out like just under 2 weeks of reading challenge. So look forward to that, and I will see you in the next video.